Every country is different, and every country's laws are different. Sometimes these laws border on the seriously ridiculous, and other times they point to important cultural values that might be different than your own. We have compiled a list of 10 weird laws around the world that you may not believe exist. Chewing gum in Singapore. When heading to Singapore, leave the juicy fruit at home and pop a breath mint instead. Among the list of the items that aren't allowed to be imported into Singapore is chewing gum, a rule enforced in order to keep public spaces clean. An exception is made for dental or nicotine gum. Naming your baby something weird in Denmark. Celebrities in Denmark would be screwed since the country has official child naming guidelines. If you want to name your baby something other than the 7,000 approved names, you need to get approval from the government. Whistling in Canada. The city of Petrolia in Ontario has a law that limits excessive noise. The rule states that no yelling, shouting, whistling, or singing is allowed at any time. Wearing high heels in Greece. Leave your stilettos at home if you are planning on sightseeing around Greece's historic cities. High heels are illegal at certain ancient monuments because they can damage them and because they often threaten preservation efforts. Running out of gas on the Autobahn in Germany. Hitting 100 on the Autobahn is a thrilling feeling, but you'd best keep an eye on the road and the other on the needle. Running out of gas on the motorway will lead to fines. Basically, you should have known better and planned ahead, like any self-respecting German. North Korea, the only country today that is still purely communist. North Korea accepts tourists from other nations other than South Korea and the United States. Tourists are assigned personal escorts called minders. These escorts will accompany tourists from the day they come into the day they fly out to ensure they are not breaking any rules, such as speaking against the North Korean government. Eritrea. Eritrea has been ruled by the president who came into power in 1993. The president and his government have full control of the media in the country, with their agencies having total control of the news and who writes the news. Nothing gets published or broadcasted without the approval of the president's office. Iran. Unlike most countries governed by philosophical tenets, Iran's governance is based on religion, and that is the Sharia law. Prohibited in Iran are the actions and propaganda against the government. A slight statement in the negative about how bad the Iranian government is enough to get you in trouble. Logging onto social media sites like Facebook, Google Plus, and YouTube also means trouble. China. The law places a heavy tax on couples who choose to have more than two children. Debate rages on the ethics of the law, supporters stating that China has taken a great step in targeting the overpopulation issue in not only in its own country but in the world. Detractors, however, believe that restricting couples' ability to raise a family of less than what they would like is normally wrong and morally too, and that abortion has increased because of parents wanting to have male offspring. North Korea. There is a 3-generation punishment rule. Among the most shocking of North Korea's human rights abuses is the 3-generation of punishment rule. If one person is found guilty of a crime and sent to a prison camp, so too will their entire family, and the subsequent 2 generations born at the camp must remain there for life.